Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, Mixing It Up with Michelle. Today I thought I would play with some new makeup. I have some new items to try out. I have another eyebrow pencil from Anglicolor, and I have a concealer by Anglicolor that is supposed to be made by the same company that the It Cosmetics concealer is made by. I want to know, is this a dupe for it? I sadly don't have the It Cosmetics concealer to test it against, but I'm going to give it a try and see if it's any good anyways. I also want to play with some of my new indie eyeshadows that I got, which here is some of the shadows that I have. I do plan on having a swatch party here soon where I actually go through and swatch a bunch of the indie singles that I have. So watch out for that because that'll be coming soon. I also picked up this Clinique Even Better makeup. It's a broad spectrum, kind of like a foundation, but it's not as heavy. I've used this before and I really, really like it. So we're going to use that. But let's get on into it. I am going to start by priming my eyes, and I'm going to use this Sigma eye base in Ignite. Just going to put some of that on here. I found that this stuff is really, really sticky. Like, I'm surprised at how sticky it is. It's got a little bit of tack to it, which is really nice. I do like these. I don't remember it being so sticky. I used to use it all the time, and then I just kind of lost it along the way. It got buried in my stuff, and I didn't really use it anymore. And then I refound it, and I've been playing with it again, and I'm finding that it's pretty darn sticky. It's stickier than I remember. I swear every time I turn on the camera, Gemma comes running because I think she has a fascination with me being on camera and doing videos. Not exactly sure why, because she doesn't like people, but it seems like when she hears me talking, she comes running. I want to highlight this pan puller that I got from DEVINAH Cosmetics. This thing is crazy. I love this thing. So it's a magnet. You take it and you just put it on your colors and they pull right off. This is by DEVINAH Cosmetics, and this is the Magnus color. So I'm going to go ahead and use that color just in my crease. This is going to be a pretty easy eye look today. I'm wanting to play with something. Can't really remember what it was I wanted to use, so I'm just going to go ahead and do this one today. Now, because I have hooded eyes, I'm just going to stamp this up here. This primer is sticky. Makes it hard to move my brush around. I should be able to see what I'm doing, so I'm gonna use this. I'm just going in a tapping motion here and kind of pulling it out a little bit. The one thing I'll say about the DEVINAH Cosmetics is that these shades just pretty much blend themselves out. You can pat it in and it just blends itself. Because I have hooded eyes, I tend to go up higher. Blend that down a little bit with my fluffy brush. I figure I'll do my brows last here. My brows are busted. I don't know why I'm looking in my camera and it seems so dark right there. It doesn't look like that in my view. I next want to go into this color right here. This is Desma by Divina, and I am just gonna take this color and deepen up these outer edges. I got it on my pan puller. And I'm just gonna deepen the outside edge here a little bit. All right, now I got those laid down. I have these two colors right here. They look pretty similar. I don't know what one I want to use. Sugared Spice. This color, both of these. Look at how glass-like that is. This one is Blood Cocoa. But look at that shade. Go, I'm gonna use my finger. Put this on a brush too, just so I have some more precision. I'm not using a sticky base because I don't have one. I need to get my hands on a sticky base. I cannot get over these shimmers. Every girl who likes a shimmer is gonna like these. Let me move over to the other one, Sugared Spice, and I'm gonna put that one just here on the inside. I think Gemma likes my idea. They're so glittery. Color is so pretty. And we'll go back to the other eye. Back to my one outer corner color and deepen that outside edge a little more. Colors are gorgeous. Okay, that's all I'm going to do, I think, on the eye right now. But I am going to clean this up a little bit with a wipe, even though I really didn't have any fallout. Surprisingly, I did not have really any fallout with those shades. On the back of my hand. Like I'm using too much product with the sponge, so I'm just going in like this. So as to not waste the product. I don't use a whole lot of foundations and whatnot because I have mature skin, so I use as little as possible. Honestly, I feel like doing it that way I might have used more than I would have with the sponge, but that's fine. I have a dark spot. It's not eyeshadow right there, I don't think. Let me, oh, maybe, I don't know. No, it's a dark spot. I think it's my lighting because I don't really see it so much in person. It's my darn lighting. I'm trying out new lighting and it's not working the best for me. I want to cover this. I am going to test out this new concealer from Anglicolor. Let's see if I can get it to focus. There we go. This is the all over eye concealer, and it's Goodbye Dark Circles. This is supposed to be made by the same company that makes the IT Cosmetics. So one thing I've noticed is this is really thick. This is an incredibly thick concealer. I'm kind of a little worried with my aging under eyes. Gemma's worried for me. But I'm going to go ahead and take this on my concealer brush. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little nervous. And I'm just, oopsie-day, gonna put on the outsides right there where I've got that darkness. I've already done my skin prep and I put, you know, my eye creams and everything on. I try to do that so I don't get a lot of creasing and issues with concealer. I'm gonna pat it in with my finger. Probably should check and make sure I got all my glitter off. Miss Gemma, get down. And I am just pulling that right up to bring my eyeshadow up into a wing so it gives my eyes that lifted look. And actually this concealer is perfect for this because it's a little bit lighter and it's showing that contrast a little bit. So it's giving me more of a lifted look to my face. And my eye, it literally pulled my eyes right up. You do have time to work with this. It doesn't set down right away. So it's taking a minute, it's still sticky. Okay. I tend to be careful with my concealers. I'm gonna go ahead and warm this on my finger and then just pat. Ooh, oh dear. This is definitely a full coverage concealer. Okay. I like that. In the shade Light Medium, by the way. And I am also going to link this in the description box below. You can find it on Amazon. The company is called Anglicolor. So again, I'm just warming it on the back of my hand with my finger. I'm gonna dot off the excess because I don't want to use an overabundance of concealer. But this melts right in. And it's definitely a nice coverage. A little bit goes a long way with this. I feel like if you're someone like me who doesn't use a ton of concealers, this will last a long time. Like, it's a thick concealer. So if you're looking for a thick concealer that is going to cover, this could be your deal. And it's affordable. Like, this is not an expensive concealer. You can find it on Amazon under Anglicolor. And it's a lot more affordable than the IT Cosmetics version of this. Their color range could be a little better. Angela Color, if you're listening, I think your color range can be a little bit better. But this one actually matches me pretty good. This eye is pretty much set down. It's not sticky anymore. I don't even really look like I'm wearing much concealer. Like that blended right in to my skin. Pretty good. Okay. I'm liking that. Let me work on my brows. And then we're going to carve out my brows with that concealer. But these ones here come in a box. There's two. And this actually comes with spoolie, which I like. So we're gonna, my brows are busted right now too. I need to get my brows done. Thank God my sister's a hairstylist and she does my hair and she waxes my brows for me. And they definitely need to be done. But the other side is a pointed pencil. I like that. I like these ones like this that have the angles. And I think I picked out brown in the color of this. So I'm going to start with this on the edge of my brow here. Because honestly, I don't do a whole lot with my brows. Normally, when my sister does them, I don't have to do much with them. But right now, they need to be waxed. I try to keep up with them and pluck them so I don't have to wax them as often. Until I lose my tweezers, which happens more than I'd care to admit, lose my tweezers, and then I can't tweeze my eyebrows in between sessions, so lose my eyebrow tweezers like I lose my glasses. It's awful. I got about 100 pairs of glasses because I lose them terrible, or I scratch them up, or my newest thing is I sit on them. This color might be a little dark for me. I maybe should have went with a lighter color. This is definitely pigmented. Woo! But I don't know though. It's matching pretty darn good with my eyebrow color. I like how it's going on. It's going on really smooth, and I'm just using an extremely light hand. I got my hand right down towards the base of this, so I'm not hardly putting any pressure on this. I like the angle because it makes it easy for me to get right in there, but I need to have my brows waxed because they are getting thick. Some people like thick eyebrows. I do not. I like mine nice and thin, but that looks pretty good. Let me brush them out a little with my spoolie here. Like I said, I'm pretty lucky in the brow department. I really don't have to do a whole lot to my brows. Some people don't have hardly any brows and they have to do everything from scratch. Let me just get the other eye. And I'm just making it a little bit longer. Really like this tip. And I like the strokes that this gives. Honestly, and I'm really not just saying this because they did send me this. The company did send me these brow products and the concealer. And I'm not just saying it because they sent these to me. I truly do like this. I feel like I like this right now more so than I like my Benefit Cosmetics one, because that's usually the one I use. I typically lose that too, which looks like I've lost that now too. That's buried around here somewheres in my mess. But I like this better because I feel like I have other pencils that have that angle, but I don't know, it's not creamy and it's not too hard, so I don't have to like sit here and keep pressing hard to get color payoff. It's really good payoff with color, but it's not overly creamy to where it's gonna wear away. And I'll tell you, I don't know if you can see it here on my hand. I've got concealer on it now, but I tested this out on my hand last night and I could not get that washed off. I tried everything. I did my face cleansers, my oil cleansers. I could not get that washed off. So I think it finally came off of washing my hands. And of course I've got some concealer over it a little bit. So that probably helps. But I think this stuff is built to last. I like that. All right, let's just get a couple of little strokes up front here, which I don't usually do too much here. This is giving pretty darn natural strokes too. I definitely like this better than I liked the microblading, like almost the ink. It was kind of like an ink blotter. I do know where that is. It's here. This is the microblading liquid one. I like this pencil better. That was a decent product too. I'm not knocking it. But I do like the pencil better because I feel like I get better precision with the pencil, especially with that angle. Another one of these stroke, fine hair-like stroke brushes. Maybe that's where I should have gone to the center, like right here. I'm probably a moron when it comes to using these ones because I don't use these ones that much, so I'm not too familiar with how to do the strokes, the hair-like strokes with these. It's working though. Oh. I guess it doesn't take, you don't have to be a genius at brows to use it, I guess, because it's working pretty good for me. Okay. Not mad at that. The brows look pretty good. I'm not used to them being this dark because 9 times out of 10, I just sit at home being busted and I don't even play with my makeup. You on my hands and it'll never come back off. Like I'll have a hell of a time stroking it off. I want to go over that concealer. Let's try it on. That concealer is good stuff. Let's try it on my wrist where I don't have concealer. There's the strokes. I like that pencil a lot. Another thing that came into the box, and I'm really not sure why, I'm not going to complain about it, is this little itty bitty nail file. Why is there a nail file in there for brows? Was I supposed to, I don't know. Does anybody know why there'd be a nail file in here? I mean, maybe I could go like this and maybe it would tame some of the color down so it doesn't look quite so dark. I have no idea why there's like a nail file in here. Probably shouldn't use that on my under eyes. I do like that though. My brows look good. I ain't gonna lie. They look good. Let's carve them out a little bit with more of this concealer. This concealer too, I'm also gonna note that this concealer has a dewy finish to it. I really don't know if you can tell on my camera. I just globbed some on there. But if you see the back of my hand, It has a really almost dewy, not overly glowy, but yet it's glowy, if that makes a bit of sense of what I'm saying. Even I'm not sure what I'm saying. Let me find a brush that I don't have eyeshadow on. That'll be hard. This might work. And I am just going to put it on a brush, and I want to, oh geez. Okay then. Probably should have done this first. Lesson learned. Do your brows first, girl. Wow. That concealer is nice. I got this Hershey Kiss sponge from Glamlight, and that's gonna come right in handy, because had it been smart, I think there's a saying, work smarter, not harder. And I just absolutely worked harder and not smarter. I should have done this first. But I'm just using that to kind of tame that down. We're gonna, like the top part, I didn't have to worry about as much doing it afterwards, but under the eyebrow, when you really carve it out, and I'll tell you too, that makes a huge, huge difference when you're doing your makeup, to just take that minute to put a little concealer after you've done your brows and just carve them out with that concealer. You'd be surprised at the difference that it makes in the overall look of your face. Like, I never knew until one day I just was playing and I did it, and I was blown away by the difference that it made to just carve my brows out after I did them. They look so much nicer and more put together. I didn't even add any more of that concealer to my hand because I still had some. So this eye is probably naturally going to turn out a little bit better, only because the concealer is so thick and pigmented and nice that you don't need much. And I went in a little heavy-handed on the last brow. So this one already looks a little bit nicer because I tend to get heavy-handed on things. Clearly, I got heavy-handed there. Look at the difference that's made. Do I have enough to carve the top out here? I do. Boy, it doesn't take much. I'm going to say that again. It does not take much of this concealer. It's nice and thick, and a little bit goes a long way. Really don't have anything left much on my hand, but I just kind of want to, one last time, take that and just pull my angle of my eye right there and just hit under here where it's a little bit dark. So I'm just using what little bit I got left over here on my hand to just create that shape, keep that shape. Brighten the corner here a little bit. Oh yeah. Now that I've added that, I'm just going to go back in with a fluffy brush, no further product, and just try and back over those edges a little. And there we are. Do the under eye. I have this itty bitty little brush. Again, I don't do too much with my under eye. I'm going to go back into that first purpley shade with my itty bitty baby brush. I try not to put a whole lot under my eyes. Sometimes I'll smudge them out, but mostly I don't. Although there are times that I do like that dark, smoky, grungy under eye. So many other eyeshadows coming. I have some from Electrum Cosmetics. I have, oh, that was a color I wanted to play with. Crud. That's all right, next time. I have what's called Magic Pumpkin, and that one's by Electrum Cosmetics, DEVINAH Cosmetics. These shimmers are amazing. Her mattes are amazing, not a lot of fallout. And I've bought some from Electrum Cosmetics, and I did pick up that Magic Pumpkin shade. I was lucky enough to find that one on Mercari because it's actually sold out. And that was one I wanted to find, so I found that one. I was going to play with that. I knew there was something I was going to play with today. I knew it. Right now, we're just going to do this. I really wanted to try out this concealer and those eyebrow pens from Anglicolor on Amazon. But these colors here, these shimmers by Divine, I don't know if you can catch this. Let me go like this. You probably can't. They're gorgeous anyway. Absolutely gorgeous. I should powder my under eyes so this doesn't crease. This lip gloss by Clarins. I purchased this lip gloss on one of the other Sephora sales probably 6 months ago. Son of a bitch, if I didn't lose this lip gloss, I can't keep track of anything. I lost the lip gloss. I was so mad. It was like $35 or maybe $42. Can't remember. But not a cheap lip gloss. If you know, you know. Lost it. Couldn't find it anywhere. Been looking for like 3 months. My boyfriend pulled out my couch because he was shampooing my carpets and my sofa. And he found my lip gloss. I was so happy. It's like, oh my God, I've been looking for that for 3 months. Thought for sure I lost it at work or in my car. I thought it was probably lost to the car somewhere. And if you have a car like mine, if you lose something in your car, it might as well be gone forever. At least in my situation, if it's in my car, it's gone forever. Girl, it's gone. There ain't no bringing it back. It's gone. What am I looking for? My powder puff. God. Don't worry. I wonder about myself some days too. It's like, holy shit. I'll be in the middle of trying to do something and it's like, what was I doing? And it takes me 10 minutes to figure out what I was doing. Sometimes I have to sit down and just forget about it and then it'll pop into my head. Oh yeah, that's what I was doing. So, powder puff. These things, I love these little powder puffs. This one is by Hands Out Beauty. I used to have their, it's almost like a little microfoam. Like a memory foam. They're like it's like a memory foam. Those little sponges are amazing for applying makeup, but they are also amazing at being little hair magnets. So it's the same with this. This is like a really nice little powder puffy, but I don't know what it is with powder puffs, but my hair weaves into these and so does the cat hair. It like weaves into them. And then I'm putting it on my face and I'm going to feel hairs, little hairs on my face for the rest of the day. Drives me nuts. I'm a whiner today, aren't I? I'm just using the Givenchy Prism Libre powder. Love this powder too. And I am going to, I should press that out, but it's pretty much dried down. It's literally set itself down for the most part. I didn't use much, so, I mean, like I said, I'm not a real heavy concealer user, so I didn't use a whole lot. So when I do powder, like, I'm going to blot that on the back of my hand because of my under eyes are aging. I'm not a spring chicken, not like those little 23-year-old girls who can get away with, or Bailey Sarian, if you know, you know. Bailey, she cakes on the concealer and the powder and they bake with it. I can't do that, yeah. So I blot mine right off into my hand. I roll it in there, get it right into the sponge. And I always start on the outer edge of my eye. That way, that's where most of the powder gets concentrated, where I've got the less wrinkles. And then I'll work my way to the center when I've got less powder on my sponge. And that seems to work pretty well for me. Right now, my lips feel like I have been sucking from the Sahara Desert. Greased right in my lips. Why didn't nobody tell me? Why didn't you tell me? Say, Michelle, you got shit on your lips. Not literal shit. If I had literal shit on my lips, I'd die. I'm gonna put my missing lip gloss on my lips right now because they need some hydration. This stuff's great. I was so bummed when I couldn't find it. I swore, I said, I'm never repurchasing that. I'm not rebuying it. I'm not rebuying it. And I didn't rebuy it. And I got lucky. I found it. Well, again, my boyfriend found it. Thank God for my boyfriend. If it weren't for him, I don't know. Would I still even be here? I'd probably have lost something by now. I'm surprised I haven't lost him. As a matter of fact, good thing he's a person. Well, you can still lose a person, can't you? Probably. I'd find a way. Surprised I haven't yet. Oh. The thoughts that go through my head, holy shit. Usually it's like 3 in the morning. Did I do my other eye? Holy shit, Michelle. I didn't even powder my other eye. See, I get distracted easy too. I got distracted by looking at my lips. Noticing that there was stuff caked. And now I'm noticing the little itty bitty teeny little fibrous hairs on the sponge, which is going to drive me nuts. But again, I'm going to blot that off on my hand, kind of work it into the sponge, go to the outer part of my eye. I love this powder. This and the Huda Beauty, like, there are no better powders on the market. Well, there probably are, but I don't know, though. I don't know if there's any better. I know the Nakia, I try a lot of powder. I try a lot of makeup. Like, I literally try a lot of makeup. I don't wear it that much, but I try a lot of it. Nakia Joy makes a really good powder, and I like the smell of it. The smell of her powder, you'll go around all day. It's heavily fragranced, so if you don't like fragrance, you probably would not like that one, but I do think that she makes an unscented version. But if you like scents and bakery scents, her powder smells like vanilla cupcakes. Just dessert. And I swear to God, I'll smell that when I wear it. I'll smell it all day. Really good sense of smell. So all day long as well, I'll smell her face powder when I wear that. But I don't know. I prefer either this one, the Givenchy, or the Huda Beauties. I have like 3 or 4 different shades of the Hudas. I'll never go through them all because I don't use enough powder to go through them. I bought this little one here by Givenchy. God, it's probably been over a year now, and I'm still working my way through that, and it's just one of the little minis. Got my under eye. I'm going to go ahead and set around my brows. This powder is so blurring, it blurs out. Literally blurs out my wrinkles. I ain't even lying when I say that. This stuff will blur out your wrinkles. Obviously, it's not going to last. Like, I wish it did. Wish they'd make something that lasts besides Botox to get the old wrinkles gone. Hey, Anglicolor, can you do anything for us for wrinkles? We're not getting any younger here. The concealer is pretty good, though. Like, that's a good start. Peter Thomas Roth makes some pretty good stuff. I used his wrinkle cream. It's probably just Preparation H, because did you know that if you put Preparation H under your eyes, your wrinkles will go away? Obviously, it's only temporary, but it's no shit. Preparation H, cheap anti-wrinkle thing if you want to get rid of wrinkles. I don't know if you should say I told you or not, but anyway, as a cheap way, if you like, instead of spending the $35, $40 for Peter Thomas Roth, buy you some Preparation H and put that under your eyes. And it's going to do the same thing. It's going to take your wrinkles away. But you need to be careful when you use it because it will put a white cast on there when it dries. And you definitely don't want to move your face when you're using it because you don't want it to crinkle around. You want to keep your face as still as you can. But there you go. Tip of the day, Preparation H for under eye wrinkles. Wrinkles in general. Go figure that, huh? And probably a lot of people knew it anyways. I've known it for a long time. Have I ever done it? Absolutely not. I just can't bring myself to put a butt cream for hemorrhoids on my under eyes, but I probably should. I'm going to test it for science. There you go. I'll test it for science, guys. My brother did he used to call me a butthead? Funny story. Kid you not, when I was a kid, my mom worked nights. She worked the rotating schedules. So she worked 7 to 3, 3 to 11, and wait, back at that point it was 8 to 4, 4 to midnight, and midnight to 8. Well, my mom would come home from overnights, and my brother would be in charge of pretty much watching us younger kids, well, me, because I was the youngest and he was the oldest, and he would fuck with me so bad, excuse my language, but he would mess with me so bad. And I would get so upset with him, and I'd yell at, because I was a brat. I ain't even going to lie. I was a brat. I was a bratty kid, and probably haven't really changed too much. But he used to tell me he was going to take me to the funny farm. And that used to freak me out, because I literally thought there was such a thing as the funny farm. And he was going to take me there and drop me off while my mom was sleeping during the day. And nobody was ever going to know where I was. And I would bawl. And I remember I would run upstairs and I'd jump on her bed and I'd cry and I'd wake her up from her sleep. Now, since I've done swing shifts, I know what that shit's like to be woke up when you've worked all night and you got somebody bugging you and trying to wake you up while you're trying to get your sleep. And yeah, I would do that to my mother because it was my brother's fault because he said he was going to take me to the funny farm. I don't know what led me into that story. I don't know. Oh, now I know. Now I'm giving the whole new meaning to people being able to call me a butthead. Because if I put Preparation H on my eyes to erase wrinkles, then you could technically call me butthead, right? And I'd have to agree with it because it'd be true. It'd be butthead. Okay, enough. See, this is where my mind goes. This is the shit I think about while I'm just over here trying to do my makeup. And then I'll get all heavy-handed with the powder like I just did. I love this powder. I'm even going to put it around my lips right in here. I haven't done anything else yet, but we're going to save that powder to the side because I'll be using that again. My face looks like it's blurred. Oh my God. This looks so good. Okay, I better shut up because this video is going to be long as hell. I'm not even going to put on eyeliner. I'm just not. I'm not going to put on eyeliner. Should I put on eyeliner? Let me put on eyeliner. One in here. This eyeliner right here by Victoria Beckham I purchased this eyeliner a while back, and I love this eyeliner. This is the Satin Casual Liner in Bordeaux. I love this eyeliner. I don't know if I should sharpen it, but it actually matches the eye look I've got going right now. I don't know how to do this so you guys can see in the camera. Again, I'm using a really light hand right now, and I'm just pulling it with my finger. I wanted to pick up some more colors of these eyeliners, but being realistic, I have so many eyeliners. The last thing I need is more makeup, including eyeliners. I have so many. I like the 24/7 by Urban Decay. I like their eyeliners, but I really, really like this eyeliner. This is almost like a, put that down. Will you focus, camera? Probably not. It's almost like a reddish color. And I am just going to pull up on my eye right here. Oh, hell. And we're just going to do that. And I'm going to tight line. The one thing I like about this eyeliner is that it's malleable. So I can put this on and I can work with it. It's pretty creamy. I can work it around how I want. And I always take my time with my eyeliner. I don't rush my eyeliner. Because that can make or break your eye look too. For me anyway. This is my troubled eye over here. I feel like it's more hooded than the other one. So I struggle. Getting eyeliners to look decent over here. And to get that little bit of a wing. I can get a little bit of a wing, but I struggle with this eye more so than the other one because it's just a little bit more hooded. And I've tried a lot of different things for wings with my eyes. I've tried quite a few. And I just struggle getting eyeliner to work for a wing. I am going to go ahead and put this in my waterline. This is a really good liner for your waterline too. Just smudge that. We're gonna go ahead and smudge it under there. One thing I've learned playing with makeup, you play with it enough, you learn how you can fix about anything. And if you can't fix it, it's only makeup. You just wash it off. My mother used to get mad when I'd wear makeup. Why do you put so much of that stuff on your face? It's like, well, because it's fun. It's creative. It's kind of my only outlet of artwork that I'm any good at anyway. I'm not an expert on that by any means, you know. I just enjoy playing with it. And it gives me something to do. I used to tell her mom I could be doing worse. You know, I mean, at least it's redder than I thought. Holy shit, I look like a vampire. Wow. Okay, so in my mirror over here, it looks like it's closer to the color of my eyeshadow. But then when I look up close in this mirror, I'm like, oh no, that's almost like a brownish red. It's really pretty though. I don't care. I don't even care because I like that eyeliner so much that I don't care. So I'll just go ahead and deepen up the outer corner a little bit more. So I'm just going for a real light eyeshadow look. Turn dramatic real quick. That turned dramatic real quick. I can never just have a subtle makeup look. I tend to do it a lot. I'm just gonna wear an easy eyeshadow look today. And then 3 hours later, I look like Mimi from, what was that show? What show did Mimi play on, guys? Comment down in the comment box for me, because I can't remember the show. Drew Carey, the Drew Carey show. Remember back when she wore that bright blue eyeshadow and she had it up to her eyebrows? And that was in the days before we all started doing that. So you're looking at it and going, oh my God, what is this? Who is this lady? And now here we all are. Here we are. All right, let's put some shimmer. Oh, let me use this magic pumpkin. I'm gonna show you the magic pumpkin. I love this this little color. Magic pumpkin. This is an Electrum Cosmetics. The pan puller is Divina Cosmetics. Divina, I can't remember her name. I'm terrible at names. I'll remember it eventually. But genius, that woman. We're gonna use this for my under eye. I knew I'd find a way to incorporate this. I love this pan puller. Ooh. Okay, I didn't experience this with the Divina Cosmetics glitters. Maybe I would have if I would have put it on the under eye, but this by Electrum, Divina's are really soft formulas too, but this one, I don't know if it's softer, but it flaked down on my eyes and I'm just tapping. I probably should spray it. I can probably combat that a little bit if I spray. I don't know what happened to my sprayer, to my Milk makeup setting spray here. My sprayer went bonkers on me. I don't know why. Let's see if that helps with that fallout. I'm gonna have glitter for days on my eyes now. Oh, why not? Let's just take that right to the old inner corner too. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, that looks good with that red too, with that eyeliner. Spraying helped a lot actually with that flake and fallout. So if you use Electrum Cosmetics in their shimmers, not that I have a lot of experience because this is literally the first one I've ever played with, but spraying it helped. My little itty bitty brush. Okay. Yes, I'm happy with that. I'm not gonna put lashes on. I don't really use lashes. Nice concealer. I like that concealer, absolutely. Let me put it somewhere so I don't lose it. This is a nice heavy concealer. If I have anything I need to spot conceal, like that dark circle I had over here, it took care of that. Like, you don't notice that. Minus the fact that I just smudged the same color eyeliner on under there. But that wasn't it, because I have not wore eyeliner or makeup in a couple weeks now. I don't wear makeup much. For as much as I have eyeliner, I should, but I don't. Anyway, that concealer covered that right up. You don't even know it's there. Really, really do like the brow stuff. My brows look really good for needing to be done. They need to be plucked. That concealer did really good at contouring them out. And that pencil has now become, now I've only used it once, so this is first impression. But off my first impression, that's become my favorite eyebrow pencil. No lie. I'm gonna curl my lashes. I need to film a declutter very soon. So stay tuned for a declutter. I need to do that. I need to film a declutter, a swatch party of all my indie singles. I'm gonna put some Tower 28 mascara on. Which is our pathetic. My favorite lash mascara is the Thrive. Need to get a new one of that. I managed to lose that new blush that I needed to try. Was one I got from Influencer by Juvia's Place. I got two blushes from Influencer. I got one Westman Atelier, which I love, and I got a Juvia's Place one, and I've lost it already. I mean, it's not lost. I'll find it eventually. The question is, when will eventually be? I'm gonna go in with this Tower 28 blush. I have this bad feeling that this is gonna be bright. Oh, that's not so bad. Okay. I don't know why I thought this was gonna be scarier than it is. All right. Oh, there it is. There it is. I didn't go in heavy-handed there the first time. That's why. That's what happened there. It's all right, though. Like I said, there isn't really much when it comes to makeup these days that I can't fix. It's always been my motto. I can fix that. No worries, I can fix that. Trust me, I might look like a clown now. But everything's fixable. Matter of fact, I'll teach you how. Like, look at that. I look like a clown. Some people like heavy blush, though. Like, I won't knock it, because some people, there are people out there that like a good heavy blush. I don't mind it. So I'm just going to take my damp sponge and I'm going to go over it. I did not contour because, I mean, I don't want to. I don't have anything, I don't think, new to play with. We're already getting up there in time with this video. But that right there tamed my blush down. This was the shade Beach Please. Actually, that might be the blush. Beach Please in its Office Hours. Tamed it down pretty good. Don't want that one. I am going to take this spray right here. I love this spray. I will link this down in the description box. If you have not tried this Hydrated and Radiant Skin by D'Elba, the first spray serum, y'all are missing out. I'm telling you, I'm going to link it. It's on Amazon, and I love this stuff. I've been using it for about 2 years now, and this is the third bottle I've gone through. I spray this on my face just constantly. It smells like a spa. smells so good. But it just melts all your makeup into your face so perfectly. It's not a setting spray, it's more like a serum, but it just melts everything together so it just looks flawless. And I will a lot of times use that in between steps. I might use it before I put on my foundation. I'll use it after I put on my foundation and kind of melt the foundation to my skin with it. And then I'll put on my cream products and my powder products. I'll spray it again to kind of melt the powder products in. And then I'll go in with a final setting spray in the end when I'm all done. But I think it just gives such a hydrated look to your skin, especially if you're aging. It makes everything look not so, you don't look cakey. I want to carve my cheekbone right here. This is one spot where I will use more powder, is on my cheekbones. And then I'm going to take it right here along the blush to just tame that a little bit. And that's how you fix it. If you're a little heavy-handed with your blush, that's how it's fixable. Pat it in with your sponge, spray it down, pat it in, and then add a little powder over it. And then, bam, you fixed. Girl, you fixed. I got a hair now. We knew that was coming, right? All right. What do I want to do for my lips? I have a new lipstick coming too from Influencer. I'm not going to give away what it is because I don't know if that one's a new product or not yet either. I think I gave the Westman Atelier blush away before it was even announced, and nobody said anything to me, thank God. It was like, oh, that one flew under the radar. But yeah, I had that in my hands before I think anybody else did. So I'll also leave my Influenster link in the description box below if you want to check out Influencer, where you can complete surveys and get some free items and just write reviews on them. The more surveys you do, the more you get on there and actually do, not surveys, the more reviews you do of products. Say you have this Givenchy powder at home. You can go into Influencer, write a review, take a picture of it, write a review, and submit it on Influencer. And the more you do that, Influenster, the more you do that and build that community and do their surveys, then they start sending you out emails that say, we've got this new product alert, you know, do you want it? You get in there and you look and you just say, yeah, you claim it and it says it's yours. If you get in there and claim it before they're all gone, they usually have so many that they give away. And if you get in there and get one, and it's pretty easy to get them. So again, I'll leave that linked in the description box for you down below so you can check out Influencer and get some of these items yourself. This is Glossy A liner in the shade Bit, B-I-T. Color my lip in. Son of a bitch if there's not a hair on that too. I'm telling you, there are little fuzzies all over my house. I think it's because I have fuzzy cats. And little itty bitty fuzzy hairs everywhere. And then my own darn hair. My hair falls out terrible. It's a wonder I'm not bald. I'm not. My hair's not even thin. And you would think it would be for as much as it falls out. I'm just going to line. All right. do have some Bye Bye Under Eye from it. I thought I did, but it's not in the squeezy tube. Here is some of the Bye Bye Under Eye in the pot. This is a pot concealer. Looks like it's maybe the same color. I had this for a while. Thickness wise, I'm gonna put it on the palm of my hand here. We're gonna do it here. That's the It pot concealer. It's the only thing I'll say on this here is the squeezy. It's kind of hard to get out of here because it's such a thick formula that it's kind of hard to get out of the squeezy tube. So there's the It Bye Bye Under Eye pot concealer, and right here next to it, I think the Anglicolor has a little bit more of a sheen to it. But they're pretty close. Yeah, I would say that they are close enough. They're identical over here in my other lighting. They look, even the shade match is almost identical. So again, that one is the It, and this one is the Anglicolor. This was the Goodbye Dark Circles All Over Eye Concealer. They're pretty darn identical. The only difference is the packaging. This It Bye Bye Under Eye is a pot concealer. Pretty good one. But it was heavy, if I recall. I think that color was, why didn't I wear this under my eyes? Maybe I felt it was too heavy for my under eyes, but I just used this on my under eyes and they look really good. I'm not mad at my under eyes. But packaging is different. Other than that, the product itself is the same. And this is a fraction of the cost of this. I can't even remember. It's been so long since I bought this concealer here. This is old. It's been a while. It's embarrassing. Not really embarrassing. I don't know. I use old makeup all the time. I spend a lot of money on it, so I'm not going to throw it away. But I want to say 35, 40 bucks for a pot of this. This, probably less than 10. I'll have it linked, like I said, down in the description box below. So if you want to check that out, you can. But that is a pretty good dupe, if you ask me, or alternative. If you don't necessarily like the word dupe, it's a pretty good alternative. This Hindash lipstick. This one might be a little bit bright, but whatever. I think it says Rest in Roses. This is what the container looks like. This is by Hindash. I have tried this. This is kind of like another mauve-y type reddish color. Matches a lip liner. That's a dark one, isn't it? Whew, if you like bold lips, there you go. I have a fucking hair. I'm just going to, taking that concealer and highlighting my lips. Now, I want to be careful around here. So if you are maturing, if you're older, you want to be careful on the amount you use. I mean, you don't have to, by no means, you know. Hey, if you want to be bold and make a statement, you do you. Me, I have mouth wrinkles here because I am a smoker. So I don't want to emphasize those too much. Well, at all, actually. But this is another one of those little steps that you don't think about a lot, especially if you're in a hurry and you just want to get your makeup done real quick and get out the door. It's a step that you're not going to really think about, but it's a step that makes such a difference. Especially when you smear your lipstick because you did it. You accidentally smack your hand in there and then you smear your lipstick up your face. There it is. Such a difference though. Let me blast myself in the face with this because even though it sprays funky, I still want to use it. This is the Hydro by Milk Makeup. Blast myself with that. Whew. And I'm one, a lot of people like to just let theirs dry on their face. Some people will take one of those little handheld fans and dry their face. Me, nah. I press it right into my old skin with my sponge. That way it just gets melted in there. Sometimes I'll put a little finishing powder over, but I don't really feel the need tonight. All right, let's see. Makeup looks pretty darn good. I'm pretty happy with this. It turned out really good. I'll see if I can't get into some better lighting so you can see the final look a little bit better. But that is it. And I really do enjoy this concealer by Anglicolor, the Goodbye Dark Circles All Over Eye Concealer, which is an alternative to the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye. And this duo brow products, the pen, the spoolie, and the microblading pen, these are absolutely amazing. Also by Anglicolor on Amazon. And if you're a Prime member, free shipping. But yeah, these right now have definitely moved to my favorite brow product. I like it better than the Benefit. Much better. I think it's got a firmer consistency to it. And it just, the opacity of it is really nice. And it didn't make my brows look overly expressive. So I really do like that. Definitely faves. I'm gonna try some more of their items because everything I've tried so far, I really like. Like I said, I've tried this dip brow stuff, which I like this better because I feel like I can get more precise with a pen. I'm just more of a pencil type girl, but this was a good product too. Definitely enjoyed the products that I tried out today, and it was fun hanging out with you guys and just doing some makeup. A little bit about me. Enjoyed using my single eyeshadows, and stay tuned for the swatch party. All right, thanks guys.